Ashland Public Schools in the Tri-Valley League present varsity football with the Ashland High School Clockers hosting the Dover Sherborn Raiders, and we're under off to the Clockers. It's short and barely returnable, and the Clockers are going to start in good field position around their own 39-yard line. Clockers coming off a tough loss last week to Medfield, a thrilling game that went to Medfield in the final minute by the score of 43-36 as the Clockers came back from 21-0 to take the lead 36-35, only to lose it in the. This is Bob Thacker. With me tonight, Steve Brzezinski and Todd Carter. And Steve, we're looking for bounce back tonight.
Oh, absolutely. Heartbreaking loss for sure. I mean, we were here thinking this is it. We're going to beat these Medfield Warriors, and it didn't happen.
They go up the middle on the first play, and it's usually Brody Asenko.
Gain of 3 there. Now, he was there he was pretty good last year. Is he a senior this year?
Yeah, Brody last year, but he's the main back this year. He was, of course, behind Hanrahan last year. The Clockers haven't been running him a lot, but he has run. Now they go to the outside.
Oh, that's a good run there.
And that's a first down.
I was goofed up. I thought that was meant Dover Sherborn with the ball.
I know.
I'm getting, because we had white last time.
Clockers are wearing their
They move it all over, so that was my fault there.
They're all gray.
I was thinking I remember that name,
yeah.
But that was,
They're all gray, and the Raiders in there visiting whites tonight. Tonight's game being played on, September 22nd, 2018, 17, something like that. First down. Oh, they stay on the ground. Good blocking downfield. Wow.
I think that's Evan Smith. He likes to make a statement, when he blocks. He brings people all the way as far as he can. He's definitely our strongest offensive Smith.
Jackson Horning, number 15. Most of the time. They stay on the ground. The Raiders are starting to get used to that. And it's going to be a 3rd and long coming down. We may have lost a yard on that play.
Well, they had such a good aerial attack last week.
Yeah.
Hoping Jackson can keep that going.
A little bit different look to start.
So the Raiders don't look as big as Medfield. Medfield had some big players.
Raiders are in the Clockers League. They're in the so-called small division. And they look tall, but I don't see the heft that the Big Blue had last week here.
And clearly not as many players as the Clockers have.
Horning, very good rolling out. Goes the other way, complete. Who's got it?
That was Luke Gustafson with the catch. It was a good play, just that guy read it well. Whoever made the tackle, I think it was number 16.
Misdirection, you might say, right, Steve?
Yeah, no, that was, I like that play.
You roll a little bit left and then turn and throw to the right. Yeah.
Most of those guys are chasing small on Dover Sherborn, but
a wet and windy day.
Yeah, it was gross all day. It's not supposed to rain until 9 o'clock tonight from the last weather report I just saw.
We're inside the press box tonight. Visibility is not as good through the screens and windows. So we have a little trouble with the numbers tonight.
It's a little hard to see out this window.
Who's in at quarterback there?
Number 9 is Evan Smith.
Is he quarterbacking?
He's a punter. He's the punter.
He's punter. Yeah. We're in punt formation. That was a 3rd and long play. High snap, handled well, boomed, returnable, but he lets it go. It's going to start around the 20. And the Raiders are going to get their first chance at the 20-yard line. The Raiders lost to Nipmuc last week. Not a good sign. But they won their first game. I haven't been able to figure out who
they won a pretty
beat.
good game on their first game. I thought it was Wayland or might have been Wayland, but lost to Nipmuc is not great. So Ashland on defense here, and their defense played well, even though they let up a lot of points last game. But they came through when they needed to.
They competed, but that team was tough.
That team was huge too,
and their passing game was excellent.
Oh, that quarterback was a stud.
They had about five or six excellent players, and we're talking about the midfield Warriors.
Oh yeah.
They had receivers. They had a great quarterback. They had a tough running back and middle linebacker. Loose football.
Well, we got a flag down on the field, and that's back about 15 yards.
That was a disaster for the Raiders' first play from scrimmage.
We'll see what the flag is here. Looks like it's against Medfield. I'm not sure how they threw that holding call out there so quick, because it was actually out of there before they even started the play.
And
so they'll decline that.
Yeah, I would.
That was a loss of at least 10 yards.
It's beyond the penalty.
Wow. It's a good start for the Ashland defense there.
That ball was rolling like it was punted.
I know.
Oh, my God. It just wouldn't stop. So Raiders must regroup.
I got to think Evan Smith's going to have a field day today against these guys. And Dupende.
Oh, boy. More trouble for the Raiders. Having trouble getting a playoff now.
Wow. Looks like a timeout from them. So who's their quarterback?
Yeah, I can't see any numbers.
I know, it's tough to see the numbers in here. Number 52 for Ashland's coming on. Donnie Jones, captain.
I'm checking with my staff, and I've been informed that Holden Ferrari, number 3, is the quarterback of the Raiders this season. Pitches it. It's a nightmare. It's loose. It's covered. Are they calling him down?
Yeah, they're calling him down. They blew the whistle on it, but that was risky for DS.
Holy cow. I've never seen a march backwards like this.
Well, now they're
on the
first
goal
down
line.
is to the 33-yard line, 32-yard line. They're on the 2-yard line, Bob.
Is it third?
Yeah, it's third down right now.
So they have a chance to run another play, but...
Yep, number 3 is that Holden Ferreira.
So they're having trouble holding the football, having trouble getting plays off, and getting pushed back by the Ashland defense.
In the shotgun here.
There's a man in motion, quickly back. He's going to keep it himself and get nothing.
He was lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. He might have lost a yard there.
I get the call. You didn't want to throw it around too much from your own two. But
he definitely lost. So we got Nathan Sickles back here, number 13, to get this punt.
I mean, this is a tough punt at any level.
Oh, yeah.
But at the high school level, yeah, you're really putting your team in a hole, even with a good high school punt.
Hopefully he can corral this and not let it go down.
Playing a little too deep in my estimation. He's 60 yards from where this kid's punting it. And it goes sideways out of bounds at about the 30-ish.
It's going to be first down on the 41-yard line, 42-yard line for Ashland here.
Jeez, it hugged it. It hugged.
Got a little more than we thought out of that one. I mean, that was a 40. That was a 40-yard punt.
I thought it was going to spiral out.
Well, I guess they're calling it 39, so.
Close enough. Clock is in good field position.
Well, I was happily surprised with the Clockers last week. I thought they played, going down 21-0.
To come back.
Coming back. I know they had those two
So
plays.
easy to phone it in, you know?
And then just Jackson and Nathan Sickles on those posts, to score that winning touchdown down the field was awesome.
And then Coach McKay goes for 2 to give the Clockers the lead, 36-35.
I was also very impressed with Trevor DeProne, number 5. He had a great game.
He really did.
He ran one back, and
That was the play that sparked the Clockers. As you remember, they were down 21-0 when he took that kickoff back 80 yards.
and Jason Christensen had a great game as well.
The quick pick, the pick 6, the next play from scrimmage. Next thing you know, it's 21-14, and we had a game. He's going to pass. He's going to roll. He's in trouble. He slips and falls. In high school, when you're down, you're down. So there's no getting up, even if you're not touched. And the slippery, slick turf here at Cunis Field didn't help him. Rained all day today.
It did. Donnie Jones is a little hurt, number 52, coming off the field. Looks like a little ankle injury. That'd be a big loss. He controlled that big offensive lineman from Medfield last game.
Outstanding.
Awesome. I mean, just pushed him aside the whole time. Did a great job. He's a big loss if he can't come back in. They really need to get their short passing game in line here.
Very effective last week.
They're having a hard time running up the middle.
Third and very long. He rolls right. He lets it go short. It's deflected, incomplete. A punting situation coming up for the Clockers. The third consecutive punt of this game. And Ashland's second in a row. 4:11 left to go in the first period. No score. The Clockers and the Raiders from Cunis Field.
Would have loved to seen a pump fake, and Trevor was open long. If he pumped that thing, it was wide open.
I thought they might, Steve, because they needed a lot of yards for a first
I know,
down.
and where he threw that ball, the other guy they're offsides actually right now, if they want to call it, but they didn't. Good punt.
A little bit of pressure, but he booms it. The Raiders returner at the last second makes the bad decision and loses a couple more yards.
You never want to do that.
No.
That never works out.
I mean, you would think he would have stepped up 3 yards and caught it in the air, but it bounced right to him, so he said, what the heck?
Well, you got to think it's going to bounce far, back, but instead, he caught it and he went backwards. You just got to catch it and fall forward.
It doesn't, it looked to me like he's been instructed. It has to be right at you or you don't touch it. Yeah, because he could have easily caught that if he wanted to.
Well, tough field position again for the Raiders.
Clockers looking for their first league win. Their win on opening night came in a non-league game against Seekonk. And they slotted Seekonk on opening night here at Cunis.
They're having significant issues with that snap. It's going high or low, and that's what's driving them back. I mean, that was a 5-yard loss just based on the snap of the ball, or 3-yard loss based on the snap of the ball.
There's not many Raiders on the sideline, Steve.
No.
And they played so tough on defense. I got to believe some of the same boys are on that offensive line, and they're getting pushed all over the place.
I
don't get it. They lost their aggressiveness is only on defense.
I thought this team would be our toughest task, actually, in the small.
Preseason.
Because Millis they've lost everybody. They
lost
20
their co-op.
people.
They lost their
co-op.
Kids,
they have 20 kids on the team. They still have a good quarterback, but
second and long. Raiders have I don't think the Raiders have had a positive play of any kind.
No.
And there it is. Good run. Good 5-yard pickup or so.
Yep.
Good hard run. By God knows who. They're giving it to Luke Fielding.
Donnie Jones is back out.
Only a sophomore.
Looked like there's a flag out on the play here.
Didn't see it. Oh, it's over on the side of the run.
It's good to see Donnie Jones back in. He limped off with that, looked like an ankle injury. But he's back out.
Oh, Raiders finally get a positive play, and a penalty wipes it out.
We got second down and 19 here.
Steve, I was looking at the Raiders coach. They have an all-star coaching staff. You know, Steve Ryan was a player, I think, at Natick, the head coach. Andy Levin was the head coach of Wellesley for more than a decade. Laz Mitchans
From
coach
Ashland.
Yeah, coach Brookline High and Algonquin, head coach.
Oh, that's the dad.
Yeah.
Okay, not the son.
They got more head coaches on the former head coaches on their staff. It's a long pass. It's complete at the 40, the 50, dragged down at the Ashland 43. A big play for the Raiders.
That was Charlie O'Frary, who's a freshman that
He's
caught that
just a
ball.
little guy, but Charlie got behind the Ashland defense, and that killed the Clockers last week. We just couldn't keep up with the receivers of Medfield, and another one gets behind the Ashland defense for a big play.
Oh, that was a good catch, too.
And the Raiders' first down of the game. A confidence builder. They go up the middle for a nice gain. 8-yard pickup. We'll see who caught it, who carried it. Number 32, Tyler Mendez, the junior.
Yeah, that was just a quick hit right up the middle. They had a lot of action going on the outside.
Yeah, but you make that big pass play, all of a sudden you're feeling good.
Yeah, you open it up
You're
a little
hitting
bit.
your blocks,
You're
you know?
thinking.
Call it 2nd and 2. They tried the right side, same kid, nothing doing.
Great tackle there. He looked like he had a little room outside, but they filled that gap pretty strong.
They stood him up.
Yeah. He actually had more yards, and he kind of tried to kick it out right and got beat.
He ran straight up on that one. He didn't get low, and it hurt him. 3rd and 3. 2-down territory, I'm guessing. I don't know. They might punt if they don't get it.
Ashland's getting excited here on the sideline.
Keeps it himself. He's in trouble. He does not get away.
That didn't look good from the start, Bob.
I know it.
They were all over him.
And the loss makes a punt more palatable because now it's a 4th and 7. They look to the sideline. Let's see what Coach Ryan wants to do.
So for the Raiders, big number 77, Leo Jalaya. Is a junior. Looks like a good player. He looks like the biggest guy on the O-line there for DS. Wow, end of the first quarter, no score.
That's what running does, huh? Running and not getting first downs, and 11 minutes went by like nothing. It's only 7:15.
Wow.
And there's no score here at William Cunis Field, the home of the Clockers. Their Tri-Valley League small opener. They lost to the big school Medfield last week, and now they're in their own league this week against Dover Sherborn. The other schools in the Ashland division are Millis, Bellingham, Norton, and Dedham.
I don't believe Norton is. Is Norton in there?
Norton's up.
I think Norton's up.
Then who's down?
I was trying to figure
Let's
that out
see.
today. I was thinking about that.
Westwood, Medfield, Hopkinton, Holliston. There's 4. I guess the wild card is Medway. We don't know which one.
No, Medway's down now.
They're down.
I think
Okay,
Medway's
Norton's
down.
up.
And they've had a tough time. They're playing Bellingham tonight. They got beat bad by Hopkinton, I think.
Yep. I talked to one of the Hopkinton coaches. That game was no contest. Hopkinton scored the first 5 times they had the ball.
Yeah, I saw that in the paper. So let's see if Ashland can get something going here on offense. So far, not so good.
They are going to punt. That loss made a big difference in the coach's decision. It's just nowhere near anyone and takes an Ashland bounce. And
Yeah,
that didn't work out. That ended up with about a 13 or 15-yard punt for the Raiders from scrimmage. And the Clockers get the ball back for the third time. Well, they got one first down, Steve? I think so.
they got one first down, but
first
you know, there hasn't been a lot of strong offensive plays.
Let me check with my staff. Yeah, each team has one first down.
Yep. 33 yards of total offense.
Wait a minute, let me check. Yeah, 33.
Minus the
Both teams 30, and they got and DS that big pass play.
well, they went back along.
Yeah, they lost a lot. You're right. Clockers start off
There you go.
to work that run. A little better blocking this time gives them that's a nice first down gain.
Yep. Good
That
5
sets
yard
you
run.
up well for your second down play.
I'd like to see some short passing right here.
Colin was an expert at getting those 5 yards last year.
Strong 5 yards.
It makes life so
When
much
you didn't
easier.
think you were
Second
gonna
and
get
5
anything.
instead of second and 10. I don't see any snapping issues. You remember last week?
Yep.
Oh boy,
Well, who's at center? Dupende.
we had trouble last week. We had trouble handling the snap, and the snaps are all low. He rolls. He fires. I think it's complete.
It was complete. There was two receivers in the same area. I think they handed it off to each other.
And that is an Ashland first down.
That was Luke Gustafson with the reception there.
Luke's got two
Number
tonight.
33. Yeah, I'd like to see more of that, you know. A little more rollout. So apparently that hit Jason Christensen first, and then it went into Luke's hands. Like I said, there was two guys right in the same area.
Good eyes, Steve.
Little counter here. Just back to the line of scrimmage.
You're watching Ashland High School football on WACA-TV. We're broadcasting live tonight, Steve, on Facebook only.
Really?
Yeah, we've been
Have we done this before?
This is like ESPN4. We're not on the prime station, but we're live
That's
only on Facebook.
Well, I haven't seen the last game on.
It
on
starts
the TV.
tomorrow. They're going to run it tomorrow.
Starts tomorrow. Okay.
And the first game, we're going to try to get that one on too. That had technical problems, and we're trying to get that first game against Seekonk in shape to show you. The game's usually on channel 40 if you have Verizon.
That looked good from the start,
Wow.
right up the middle.
Hard running and hard tackling, but the Clockers are in a third and short coming up.
He really broke through the line there. Again, I'd like to see a rollout here. Number 76 for Ashland just came out, which is a junior, Matthew
He was
Petrosinco.
He was hustling.
Petrosino. You know, I really have a disadvantage growing from Montana with these names.
Yeah, everybody was Smith.
Peterson.
Yeah,
You know. I was the weird one at Przinski.
yeah.
I'd like to see a rollout here.
Oh, did he keep it? He did.
Did.
And it looked good for a while there, and then he got stacked up short of the first down, I believe. And it's fourth down coming up.
Tried to spin out of that.
Yeah,
I mean, Ashland right now, you know, they're over the 50-yard line. I definitely go for this like they're going to.
now I remember.
TS has done nothing.
I remember from my days, you got to be careful of the spin. It's a great temptation to spin, but you're not going forward when you're spinning.
That's true. You need room when you spin.
Fourth down, Ashland's going for it. Looks like a little less than a yard. Jackson hands it off. Nothing doing and a loss. The Raiders rise. And they turn the ball over on downs. Good defense by Dover Sherborn. That play went nowhere. It went backwards.
No, that wasn't.
Holding against the Clockers anyway declined. How did they have time to hold?
know.
He was in the backfield in 2 seconds.
That was like the other play that Diaz had. They threw the flag before the play even started and called holding.
Holding before they even engaged. That's a good ref. He anticipated the holding.
We thought they were going to hold.
Yeah.
All right, well, Diaz has the ball in the 45 here.
This is the best place they've started all night.
Absolutely.
Second quarter action. No score. Clockers and the Raiders from Cunis Field.
Bad snap. Could be a fumble there.
Ashland says they have it.
Yep,
They
Ashland
do.
has the ball. Well, that didn't hurt him going for fourth and not bunting. Not sure who got it, but
The Raiders,
that was a fumble right out of the snap.
Raiders have been a little careless with the football tonight. Gotten away with it every time, but right there it hurt them.
I got to tell you, Ashland should be absolutely running over these guys.
I'd like to see more of the short passing game.
Yep, number 69's coming out. That's
Is that Donapue?
Ryan Dinwiddles, a sophomore.
Dwinells, yeah.
Nope, now he's coming back out.
Anja Donapudi wears 70.
Yep, he had a great game last game.
He was involved.
Now, you didn't do the first game, right?
Right. Paul Burke did that first game.
Just by himself?
Yeah. You couldn't do it. I wasn't available. And But
Oh, yeah.
as far as I know from talking to the coaching staff, it was no contest that Seekonk game.
Yeah, no. So they just did an announcement on October 19th. There's an event at Dr. Green's Golf. It's golf and a social for the football team.
Oh.
Hopefully people can sign up and play a little golf, long drive contest, closest to the pin. And even if you don't play golf, it's just a social to support the team on
It's a
October
nice place.
19th. Yeah, it's nice. It's fun.
You can, if you've ever wanted to play Pebble Beach, you can play it there.
You can play it there.
If you ever wanted to tee it up on 17 and try to cut the corner or over the ocean, well, that's the place to try.
Yeah, the best hole there is number 7, that little par 3 down the hill. That is, I've played it there, and it's pretty fun, you know.
That's what I love about it. You can play all the famous courses.
Absolutely. I think they have like 70 courses you can play, so. And they've done a great job, you know.
Is
bringing
Augusta
people
on
in.
the list? Or?
Augusta's not on the list.
Well,
so,
they must have retained those rights.
Yeah, a lot of them do.
What about Pinecrest?
I'm not sure.
He breaks through.
He broke through and he stripped the ball from him.
Wow.
And it's going to be Dover Sherborn's ball.
Amazing. The Raiders.
They're fast on defense, and they're not big,
This.
Well, Ashland's got to figure this out soon,
Yeah,
because
it's strange.
I think they're the dominant team. They were picked to win today by TD Pointer, and based on what I've seen so far, they're the better team, but they're not executing right now.
And the Raiders have shown a surprising resilience on defense.
Absolutely.
And a little bit of toughness they showed right there.
Oh, yeah. Offense has shown not a lot for the Raiders, but
One play? Yeah.
right up the middle for the Raiders.
Wow. 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 Good speed. He had a nice hole, and he started churning,
Yes,
Steven.
he
That's
did.
Tylen Mendez, a junior. Number 32, with the best run for either team today. He's taken it all the way down, was it just inside
About the
10?
6-yard line. It's
And,
going to be first and goal from the 6.
yeah, it is. It's first and goal. So the Raiders threatening to go ahead here. There's no score in the game. And we've got 5 minutes or 6 minutes and 25 seconds left in the second quarter. Oh, yeah. Give it to him again. He slashes to the goal line. He didn't get in.
Wow, it looked like he had this. Looks like he had it to go in, but
He's a slashing runner, Steve.
down to the 1-yard line. Oh, I guess it's the 3-yard line.
Well, the stick looks to be on the 1, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah.
But I think that cone. So 2nd down and 3. 2nd down and goal from the 3.
Watch for the Raiders to stay on the ground. They do, and they're in.
Wow.
And just like that, Dover Sherborn parlays a great defensive play where they stripped the ball from the Clockers, and then they started going to Tyler Mendez 3 plays in a row. He covers the 30 yards and takes his team in for their first points of the game. And the Raiders are 6, and the Ashland is nothing. And the Raiders getting set to try the conversion.
Ashland's very flat right now. They need to really spark this up.
Is this a straight-on kick? I think he's got it.
Yep.
They gave it to him. I almost thought that was going to be straight on. It was slightly angled.
Yeah, it
right?
almost went backwards once it got in the air.
Yeah, the old hook. Guskowski's had that hook problem. He missed an extra point last week.
So Ashland really needs to get it together here. This is definitely a winnable game, and I think they're bigger, stronger, and faster.
These teams have had some great battles the last few years.
They really have. So we got deep, we got Trevor, and I think that's Jake Merlone, number 2.
Yeah, and they're not deep.
No, I don't
Are they
think.
standing on the 20? Yeah.
Yeah. They might want to move up 5.
So they don't expect a long kick. They kick off from the 40 in high school.
Yep.
They kick off from the 35 in college, and they kick off from the 30 in the pros. I think.
Makes sense.
It's an unbelievably short kick.
Well,
Out of bounds at the 41, but no return.
Ashland got lucky again because it went off their player. So if they would have,
Could have been recovered.
could have been recovered by DS.
Once it's touched, although, well, the kickoffs are alive once they go 10 yards.
So Ashland with good field position on the 43-yard line.
You know, it's mercifully dry at the moment. It's not really raining.
It's not supposed to rain till 9 o'clock.
And, of course, the field turf here at Ashland High School's Cunis Field is perfect. There's no puddling of any kind. No matter how much it rains, the field never puddles.
We got a timeout by DS here.
Yeah. I don't blame them. There's been hardly any timeouts in the game so far. There's 5:35 to go. The DS Raiders 7. The Clockers nothing. Bob Thacker, Steve Brzezinski, Todd Carter, and a cast of thousands bringing you tonight's game being played on September 22nd, 2017.
Well, I'd like to see him open it up here.
Clockers are in all gray uniforms. The Raiders are in white tonight. Straight back. Wow. Did that slip? Short
I don't
of
know
the
if it
target.
slipped. He threw it short.
He was open.
Yep. Like to see a screenplay.
The screen pass has almost disappeared from football, Steve.
I know.
At all levels. A kid from my high school named Freddie Willis
Yeah.
once led the league, the American Conference, in pass receptions for the Houston Oilers at the time, back in the 70s. I don't think Freddie caught a pass more than 4 yards from, they were all screen passes.
Well, oh, geez, fumbled again.
Who's got it?
So they might call him down. They had thrown him down, and then it went down. That was a run on the outside. Looks like they called him down by the field contact. So
Once you're down, the field or the turf cannot cause the fumble.
I think that was Hathaway, Daniel Hathaway on the run there, a senior. Yeah, I think that was Daniel.
So he gets a chance tonight. First time we've seen him carry in the last 2 weeks. straight. He bounces to the left side, broke a tackle, and picked up 7 tough yards.
Is that That's Brody?
Yep.
So 2nd down and 4 here. 2nd down and 5. Ashland needs to show something here.
Got a good drive started. Quick handoff. Bounces out. Couldn't quite break the tackle. But he picked up 2. Asenko with a 2-yard run. Brings the Clockers close on 3rd down.
Well, this is definitely 4-down territory, so it's 3rd and 2.
Clockers got to protect that football, Steve. They've run into trouble a couple of times here and been close a couple of other times of losing it.
Well, the defense took it right out of
you forget,
Horning's hands.
You know, sometimes you forget that can happen, you know?
Oh, it can.
Yeah, but you need to be reminded sometime, and I'm sure that was a reminder for Jackson. Low snap, handoff up the middle, and he's got the 1st down.
I'd like to see Luke get a little more involved in the offense, but good to get a 1st down there. It's a good play, a little trap play right up the middle.
Good blocking.
Yep.
That's all they wanted was that 1st down.
Looks like their guys on DS are fast, so they're kind of shooting gaps. And last game, which was, they were bigger, but our offensive line was shielding them really well.
Yeah.
Obviously we scored 36 points, which is
and
pretty good.
Those kids on Medfield, they weren't just big. They were players, but we took it away from them. Over the middle, off the fingertips, could have been intercepted, but it fell to open space, and the 2nd down and 10 coming up.
Well, they're getting a lot of pressure here. More than you would have think. You would think based on their size, but I think they're just fast.
Where is Mendez on defense? Is he linebacker? They go long and deep down the sideline, incomplete. Who was that target? As we dig him out from the corner, it was Sickles was the intended receiver. Jackson threw a good pass. But I'd have to say this, he was well covered.
He was well covered, but
at least 3 Raiders in the area.
They're not. I'd like to see that post they were playing. They were doing last week. Trips right post.
Boy, did that work last week.
Was, 3 times and a touchdown. So here we're going a little bit.
3rd and 10.
This is where it should work. Although that safety has figured it out.
The rollout too long. 4th down coming up from the from the Raider 35. When you pass on 1st down and you don't get it, it really changes everything.
They're going to punt here.
See if they can pin them deep. So much time is left. Let's check it. Oh, we're down to 2:40. Clock stopped on the incompletion.
So Evan Smith is the punter here.
We used to call it the coffin corner, Steve.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if that's politically correct anymore.
I think it still is.
It is.
People still die.
Yes, yeah.
Looks like
I guess you just can't sugarcoat that. Oh, he pooches it. And it just didn't get it far enough.
Just went the wrong way.
The Raiders are happy with that. That could have been much worse for them. So the Raiders take over deep in their own territory with 2.5 minutes or thereabouts left until halftime.
Well, I got to tell you, I'm a little shocked by this game so far, based on how Ashland played last game. I thought they would come out rolling.
Well, if we could roll up 36 points on the Medfield Big Blue, it doesn't seem right that the Raiders have shut us out here in the first half.
No. Might have to go give a speech at halftime to these guys.
Oh,
Paul.
when the kids love that.
I could fire them up.
Just like the, what were they, ore diggers? Or
Oh, yeah, the ore diggers.
the ore diggers of Montana Tech used to like your halftime speeches. Were they fighting ore diggers or were they just
the ore diggers?
Yeah. And the colors, Steve?
Not great. Green and copper.
Green and copper. Yeah.
Well, copper was
Yeah.
what they mined out of the mine there.
That's
until
all
it
right.
went dead in 1982.
That's all right. It must have been. So were the shirts green with copper numbers, or did you have both styles?
We had both.
Yeah.
We had the copper jerseys.
Yeah, nice.
No, not really.
Was the helmet like a metallic?
We had white helmets.
First down, second down, first down, Raiders. He's in trouble, and he doesn't get out of it. The Clockers tag him with a 5-yard loss.
Jason Christensen with the tackle there.
Boy, he had a great game last week.
He really did.
Steps up this week. Now the Clockers are going to try to make sure they get the ball back.
Yep, timeout from Ashland here.
They have no intention of letting the Raiders run out these final 2 minutes. Let me check the clock, Steve. I got to get up and put my head out the window.
We can't see here.
1:54.
So I'm going back in October, late October, for our 30th reunion of our coach.
Wow. Is it a Hall of Fame induction or
It should be.
it should be?
I don't know.
Is he still at it?
Oh, no, he's done.
He's retired.
He finished
Yeah.
a couple years ago,
Yeah.
but I was a junior when he first came in.
Wow.
I was his first captain.
Wow.
Which was awesome. It was a privilege, for sure. And been back a few times to see him.
Good.
Army guy, right out of the Marines. The guy was unbelievable.
Great coach.
He was a good coach. Yep. He would yell at me saying, you know, you could be better, you should be better.
Yeah,
all
he
the time.
inspired you.
He definitely did.
How are they doing this year?
I don't know.
Should we look it up?
You can. I haven't really followed it lately. We got 2nd and 15 here for the Dover Sherborn Raiders. Right up the middle.
You know, I can't blame them for running. They've had some success with it.
They have. But another timeout by Ashland. You got 5 in the half, so they're going to hopefully get the ball back if they can stop them here. Doesn't look like DS has got a strong passing game. They haven't really shown much, but you never know. There you go, the Tech, the Diggers.
Hall of Fame and Awards weekend this Friday, 7 o'clock.
I guess I'm not in. Next year.
Next year. They're playing Eastern Oregon Saturday afternoon. Good run. First down. Loose
Fumble.
football. Clockers.
Ashland's going to get the ball.
That's what they wanted. They didn't expect to get it that way. But with 1:40 left, the Clockers are in business. 1:40 until halftime. Clockers are going to start on the Raider 41 and see if they can tie this game up.
That was a good run up the middle.
They trail 7-0.
Interception
Wow.
by number 4, Timothy Polk.
A late flag thrown in. Some type of unnecessary something.
That's going to go against Ashland. Timothy Polk.
Jeez, the Raiders rise up on D again.
I know.
Twice the Clockers have recovered fumbles and ended up giving it back right away.
So the Polk boys have been incredible lacrosse players at DS.
Let's see. We got Timothy, number 4. He's a junior. Let's see the other one.
Well, no, he's got some older brothers that
Yeah.
are playing lacrosse
Yeah.
in college. Well, they went for a lot there.
Yeah, they went for it. Is right.
That's a personal foul against the Clockers.
As expected, that did go against Ashland.
Yep. It's going to be a 15-yard penalty. They're going to get the ball right around the 49, 48-yard line here.
Moves the ball out to the Raiders.
Ashland really needs to stuff them, and then they got to figure it out in the second half here.
Here we go. Almost to midfield. First down.
Right
the middle. A hard run. That kid's gotten better as the game has gone on.
Yeah, he really has.
Tylen Mendez single-handedly got the Raiders their touchdown. He's getting all the carries now.
6 yards. Second down.
And he's got a second down situation. Let's check that clock. 1:06 and running. So the Raiders are letting it run.
A little surprising with that first run of 6 yards. Again, the only pass they've thrown was to number 11 there.
Loose football. He corrals it, tries to turn the corner. It's clobbered from behind. That was Mason. No.
It's enough for a first down.
Matt Strong, the ball carrier, the senior co-captain.
Well, it's going to be a first down for DS here.
Clark has played the sweep very well.
Normally, yeah.
Always have under Coach McKay. Now the Raiders want to talk it over with a timeout. They've got a first down. They're on the Ashland 40. And they've got 35 seconds to work with, Steve.
All right. Ashland
I
needs to
see
stuff
one
them here.
long pass here somewhere.
Yeah, well, they'll
because
probably
they
give
burned
it
the
a shot.
Clockers once.
Yep.
And the Clockers got to be ready for that.
6 p.m. to 10 p.m. Tournament honors the spirit of community. And strong and committed passion.
Looks like Daniel Hathaway's got a little.
Value the teamwork.
He ran that ball and he didn't fumble it, but it came out after he hit the ground, and I think he might have hit his head. So he's trying to shake it off on the sideline here.
So don't miss this year's
Good kid.
Golf Tournament Social with Dr. Green's Golf.
Jeez, Montana.
6 to 10 p.m.
All right, now we're ready. Let's see, under center? Wow.
Right up the
Very
middle
unusual.
again.
Nothing. Clocker defense all over that.
Quarterback almost fell down when he got
Anybody
the
calling
snap.
a timeout?
I don't think so. With 32, I think everyone's just going to be happy to get into
Yeah.
halftime here.
Raiders don't want a mistake because they have the lead. We're down to 10 seconds, Steve.
I think they're going to let this run off, Bob.
If there's enough, no. Timeout Raiders, so they are going to throw one up.
Timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the half.
The
right.
coach didn't want to take any chances. He waited till there was 2
You know,
seconds
hey, it
left.
makes some sense. Now we go triple safety deep, and
Let's hope.
Lady. Cool. Lady Brown. You are a 8th grader.
So we'll see what they do here. They got, like you said, 2 seconds to go. Looks like they're going to go a little deep here. And hopefully we can stuff them here.
Well, Montana Tech's undefeated. They're 3-0,
Absolutely.
including a 70-20 pasting of Montana State Northern.
Yeah, they're not very good.
Last week, of course, they beat Rocky Mountain 34-28.
So that's a good win, actually.
That game was played in Billings.
Billings is it's on a plateau. Now they got 3 safeties going, which is nice.
Straight back, he's in trouble, and he's just going to have to eat it. The Clockers pancake him. The ball comes loose, a little taunting.
They're going to get one more chance. A little taunting
Wow.
by Evan Smith there. Defensive.
He stood right over the ball carrier and gave him a piece of his mind as he was on the ground after being completely pancaked.
They think this is over, but it's not, because once you get a defensive penalty.
The Raiders are heading to the field. And first, we're going to see if the kid's okay, too. That's the quarterback, Holden Ferrari. Everyone's taking a knee.
Wonder if he's related to Max Ferrari, the kid from Ashland, the tennis player.
Oh.
A wonderful tennis player.
Freeman.
Oh, that's Freeman. I'm sorry. I'm thinking we have a kid from Framingham Country Club. They waved it off, so it's the end of the first half.
What, do they get something after half?
No, they declined the penalty. So it's the end of the first half.
Just end it.
Yep, so 7-0.
Halftime at Ashland High School. The Dover Sherborn Raiders 7, the Ashland High School Clockers nothing. You're watching Ashland High School Varsity Sports on Ashland Television. Some first half stats. Clockers with only 49 yards total offense in the first half. They were -2 in the first quarter, and they had 2 turnovers, an interception and a fumble. The Raiders with only 79 yards total offense, 49 on 1 pass play, and they lost 2 fumbles in the first half. It's loose again. Clockers kicking to the Raiders, but the Raiders have it. And they had great field position. I don't know what went wrong there. That was some kind of a pooched onside kick attempt by Ashland, but it sets the Raiders up at the Ashland 40-something first down to start the second half. Player to watch, number 32, Tylen Mendez. He had 9 carries for 59 yards and the touchdown. He's also been very tough on defense. Also, watch out for Matt Strong, 24. He looks to have some speed. He's in motion. He's got it. Only gets a half a yard.
Well, it looked like they recovered that, didn't it?
Yeah, they gave it to the Raiders. Maybe it went out of bounds. It's hard. It's impossible for me to see from over here. One thing about being in the booth, you're low.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I was walking in. It looked like Ashland jumped on it.
I always look at the players, see how excited they are. If they're not excited, you know they don't have it.
Good to see their quarterback for DS come back out after he got injured on the last play of the second
Took a pretty good
half.
hit. Took a pretty good hit. And I think that penalty was assessed on the kickoff.
It was. Never seen that.
Yeah, there's a lot of strange rules about what, penalties on the extra point tries sometimes get assessed on the kickoff.
Oh, yeah. But I never thought you could carry it over from one half to another.
Well, you would think you'd want another shot at the end zone, but
You would think, because they would have got it down line 30, 35-yard line, something
Now
like
it's
that.
an easier pass in some ways, you know.
So we got 3rd down and 17 here. Good to see the Ashland team here, so you know, trying to cheer them on. That's not going anywhere.
Well, there's been a good deal of bouncing on the Ashland side. I don't remember seeing that before. It's
Well,
this
they're just getting excited,
Yeah.
you know.
It's an up and down bouncing thing.
Another shot, Cootie. That brings 4th down.
And this is a punting situation because it's not. It's
Well, it's-
4th and about 13, 12.
Yeah.
They're just not deep enough in Ashland territory to do anything but punt. So the Clockers hold on the Raiders' first possession. The Raiders in white, the Clockers in all gray tonight. A hard line drive, not returnable, and takes a DS roll. Looks like it's going to be inside the 10.
Oh, it did. He did not stop it. He actually went into the end zone.
Oh, a
He
break for
didn't,
the Clockers.
He didn't cover it in time.
I thought that was
He
going
actually
out.
he had it on the 1 and like fell in.
That was Tim Polk on the coverage.
Clockers get a break. They're going to start at their own 20.
Yeah.
That could have been bad.
They're checking it right now with Tim Polk. He's questioning, but he's getting nowhere with this official. He's going to try. But it's going to be 1st and 10 from the 20 for the Ashland Clockers. All
Much
right.
different than what we're used to on television. Nothing reviewable.
Nothing is
Absolutely
reviewable here.
nothing.
No. Offsides.
Yeah, that's what he was looking for. Who
No,
was
it's
off?
offsides on Luke Gustafson.
I thought he was using. He
No,
used that
it was-
count to get his own man to jump.
Offsides on number 33
It's
there.
supposed to work against the other side.
Yeah, well,
Now we start 1st and 15 from the 15. Just underway in the second half. The Clockers and the Raiders from Cunis Field. Bob Thacker, Steve Brzezinski with Todd Carter. Ashland trailing the Raiders 7-0 as the first possession of the second half for Ashland. He stopped the Raiders on their first possession of the second half. Straight back. He dumps it over. It's complete. He turns inside, gets up ahead of steam, makes a nice gain out of it. That was Brody Asenko out of the backfield, Steve. We haven't seen
that was
much of that.
screenplay, like I said. You
The
know,
rare screenplay, but I think it was it
he got 10 yards on that.
was thrown over the line of scrimmage, was it?
Yeah,
Well,
maybe.
Yeah, it was close. Yeah.
We'll use your judgment.
Yeah. The classic screen, of course, is behind the line of scrimmage.
True.
2nd down and a manageable 6. Same play, the curl badly thrown. He was open. And the intended receiver was
Nathan Sickles,
Nathan
number
Sickles,
13.
13, yes.
No, he was wide open. Jackson doesn't seem to have it today. He was on fire last game.
Very good.
If you
Very
look at his
good.
stats, I think he had like 6, incomplete passes.
And he was under way more pressure.
way more pressure.
Had to roll for his life on every play.
He got out of it.
Yes.
I don't know how he got out of it, but he
Sometimes he stepped up. Sometimes he rolled further. Sometimes he reversed direction, but he had a knack.
3rd and 5 here.
Straight back. Now he goes left. He's going to keep it. He's in trouble. He's close. I think he's got it.
He's got the first down. Yep, they've signaled the first down. Well, they signaled it, but then they brought it back.
He must have stepped out of bounds.
Now they're going to punt.
Wow, 4th and 1 results in the Clockers going into a deep punt formation.
You would think with the size of the DS line, they would have just lined up and just plowed through under center.
Ethan with a chance to really let one go here, Steve. He's got a whole field And he drives it. One bounce. Returnable. Almost to midfield where he's cut down. See what they give him for forward progress. He's across midfield, excuse me.
Looks like they got on the 47-yard line here.
Because he'll say he ordered it, and I'm ordering like 20 minutes later.
So Ashland's defense has to step up here again. They've done a good job. They've only had one scoring drive, which was on 3 runs by their number 32 there, Talon Mendez. Really, there's just been a lack of offense this entire game.
Teams combined for about 130 yards in the first half.
It's not good.
Well, many negative plays brought the total down.
A lot of negative plays.
And they have to figure those into the totals, you know?
Yeah. No, I get that.
I mean, the Raiders had 49 in passing on one play, but only ended up with 79 for the half.
So they have more yards than Ashland.
Yeah, 79 to 49 in the first half.
Wow. That's crazy.
Clockers minus 2 yards in the first quarter. Here we go. Second down play coming up.
Sweet.
He cuts it beautifully and
Yeah.
breaks a tackle and gets a half a dozen more.
That was Tim Polk, number 4. They had him.
Yep. That's a first down.
Those have been hard to come by tonight. Number 10, Drew Dummer going out. Their center's number 67, Ethan
They're on the
Blanchard,
37.
a sophomore.
Clock is showing a blitz.
Offsides. That's going to be offsides on DS there.
Clark has rushed the line of scrimmage with their linebackers, and it caused trouble for the DS line. Just what they wanted to do.
Well, that was lucky because number 32, Talon Mendez, was on his way.
No play.
They got lucky there. All right, we got 1st and 15 now.
Advantage Clockers.
Number 25, Jason Arms, cornerback out here.
Oh, we jump again. The flags fly. This might be on Ashland.
That was on Ashland.
Nothing doing there for Matt Strong.
No, that's going to be 1st and 10 now.
Isn't this interesting how this is suddenly cropped up as a problem for both teams?
Yeah, they've switched off it, offsides. Coach McKay can't be happy with this output right now.
Banjo Donapudi, number 7 up front for Ashland, number 70. Also in the game, 72, Casey Litchford, the senior. He tries it again. He gets a couple on a dive. But Matt Strong has found the going rough on those sweeps.
So DS has 12 seniors. Ashland has 22.
Donapudi, Litchford, Jake Erdett on the front 4 for the Clockers. Also 75, Matt Patrocino. A law, beautifully done. Mendez had it. Made a nice gain out of it. It looks like another Raider first down. Let's see where they mark it. As he eventually got pushed out of bounds inside the 20. in 15-ish. 16, we'll call it. Clock running, third period. The Raiders 7, the Clockers nothing. 4:17 to go in the third quarter. A very steady Holden Ferrari, after a very shaky first quarter, has done a good job at quarterback for the Raiders. He lofted that one perfectly.
Right up the middle, got stuffed quickly.
The Ashland front four stuffs it.
Dylan Robertson with the tackle there.
No gain. Actually, a loss of about a yard, second down.
Number 79 there.
What do you call him? John? Is that his name?
Yeah, John Robinson.
Yeah.
Robertson.
We'll call it a loss of a yard. Under center. Very unusual in this day and age. He rolls right under a little bit of pressure, but that was the designed play all along. That was supposed to be a running play. He picked up a couple, but
yeah, it looked like he. Coach McKay definitely knew it was going that way. He was calling out that hard.
They gave him almost nothing on that. Now it's third down.
Boy, that number 11, Charlie Alfredo, is small. He's a freshman, though. All right, we got third down here.
Mendez in the backfield by himself. The man in motion. It's a reverse.
He got stuffed.
And they wouldn't let him go. Who had the tackle?
The reverse handoff. Made the 10 pulled. He's brought down by Dom Cavanaugh.
Dom Cavanaugh, number 10, with the tackle.
Nice tackle. Big tackle.
He had a great game as well against Medfield. Haven't seen him on the offensive side. He played quarterback.
Yeah.
He came
took a
out and
few
played
snaps
quarterback
and
for
did
3.
great.
He did
Yeah.
a great job.
I think he took us in.
He did. He actually threw a pass to Nathan Sickles
Yeah.
after running up the gut twice to get the first down. You just don't see a lot of, fourth down here. You don't see a lot of offensive spark here by Ashland.
The Raiders going to talk this one over, 4th and 10. It's kind of a sticky spot. They're at the 16.
Yeah,
Probably too long for a field goal.
Yeah, based on the extra point, it didn't look like he could.
He got it up over the.
He got it up over, but
Yeah.
it was like 5 yards past. But he had the wind in his face.
The
too.
kicking game has not looked that great for
No.
the Raiders tonight. Particularly the kickoffs have been unusual.
So I'm guessing they're going to go for it here. Throw a little pass.
They've already tried the reverse, Steve.
Yeah.
I'm gonna guess they're gonna throw too.
One would think.
I mean, you'd like to get the ball into Mendez's hands some way. Maybe he'll be the receiver. Who caught the big pass? Was
Number 11.
What is that? Who was that? Charlie Alfieri.
Yeah, freshman.
They are going to
They're
line
going
up.
to give it a go. Number 10 is their kicker, Drew Dummer.
A freshman. They're going to spot it at the 24, which makes it a 34-yard kick. Snap back ball down. The kick is up. It looks good. It is good.
Wow.
Kick is good.
A 34-yard field goal
Didn't see that coming.
by Drew Dummer.
And the Raiders
And the Raiders have a 10-0 lead. Very important. Makes it a 2-possession game, as they say, Steven.
Absolutely does. So I think Ashland needs to get it going here on offense. They've been stale. Running hasn't gone well. Maybe they can get a run back here. They did have a run back in the last game.
Maybe
Trevor
he
at
can
the
spark
turn.
them again. Maybe he can spark them again.
So we got Trevor back and number 25, Jason Arms. They need to move up. They're going to move up a little bit here to the hopefully to the 20-yard line. Last time was a awful kick.
They're actually 5 yards deeper this time. They're at the
I know.
15. I don't know what's going on here. Let's see what the Raiders do.
Maybe they have the wind.
Obviously, Dummer can drive the ball. We saw that on the field goal. But that's
Well,
not
he's
what
not
they've
kicking
done.
off, though. Now it's
They're not
number
using him.
34.
Hard line drive, caught in the air at the 17. Up almost to the 40, still on his feet, and buried just shy of the Ashland 40, and that's where the Clockers will start.
And that was Jason Arms on the return. Oh, I guess it was Christian Mejia that did that. Number 22. Well, Jackson is coming out here, and hopefully he can get this going.
Minute 38 left to go in the third period. The Raiders 10, the Clockers nothing. Ashland High School football on Ashland television. Bob Thacker and Steve Brzezinski. And that play goes backwards. The Clockers lose on the sweep.
That was Jelani.
And the Raiders are getting more excited by the minute, Steve.
Jelani DeBrose.
So Coach McKay giving everyone a chance here tonight, looking for a spark.
Yeah, I think that Ashland needs to do some, some short passes, 10 yards.
They're desperate.
Don't go for it. Just some nice outs or skinny posts. They haven't run the trips right that they did the other day.
A passing formation here. A quick out. It's complete. He cuts it inside for a nice little gain.
Yep, I think that's what they need to do. They
We'll
need
give
to
him
do
8, maybe 9.
some nice. It's going to be third down and
Ooh, they marked it
5.
back. Yeah, they-
Third down and 6, but
On the reception, gain of 10 yards.
quick out. Worked perfectly. And a big third down play coming up. Clockers.
these DBs are playing pretty deep. You got that.
Ashland at their own 44. Another quick out, complete. He's got the first down and more. Down the sideline. Couldn't quite break it free, but a big gain for Ashland.
Yeah, I feel that's been open the whole game. They just haven't really run that.
That pass selected by Nathan Sickles for the
Nathan Sickles with the reception there.
long gain after a catch.
Clockers'
Looks like we got a
biggest play.
timeout. Someone,
Biggest play from scrimmage tonight.
Oh, end of the fourth. I'm sorry. End of the fourth period here with 10-0. Dover Sherborn. A little
Sorry
technical
about-
difficulty.
Sorry about that.
Was that you or me?
It's a bad,
Might have been me.
It's a bad foot, yeah. And the boys are going to change sides, and the Clockers have 11 minutes to get back into this ball game. They're down 10-0. They just had their biggest play from scrimmage of the night. They've taken it all the way to the Raider 32 and have a first down after a nice pass play from Horning to Sickles. Clark is eager to start. Clark is in all gray tonight with blue numbers outlined in white. The Raiders in basic white with their blue numbers. Both teams with the white helmets. Horning in the shotgun formation. He's got Brody next to him. They go on a pass. Horning rolls right. He's under pressure. He steps up. He lets it go. He's complete. He spins. He heads forward. He's got another nice gain.
Nathan Sickles with the reception there. Another, that's what we saw last game from Jackson. Scrambling, guys right in his feet. And
Stepped
he's
into the
getting
pocket
there.
and found a way.
Looks like we might have a penalty here.
A lot of conversation. We can't see what's going on.
Illegal man downfield, I think.
As a result of the scrambling, that happens sometimes when there's a lot of scrambling.
Well, it wouldn't make sense if they're doing enough from that. So it'll be first down from where they did it. If that.
It's a 10-yard penalty. It must have been a bad block of some sort. It goes from the end of the play. So the Clockers get a benefit of many yards. And I think this is going to be still first down.
Well,
Sticks haven't moved.
They haven't moved the stick down.
They better hurry. The refs aren't going to wait. So the Clockers end up with a 1st and 4 after all is said and done. Horning straight back, lets it go. Over the middle, he was open, but it did not connect.
Well, that was a play that was open,
Did he wait one beat too long?
No,
Maybe.
I think, he hit him right on the hands.
Yeah.
I think that was a good play. I'd like to continue to see that. I don't think our run game is working right now. So these short passes are great.
You hit that
the way
play.
the DBs are so deep right now. They're like Jason Christensen right now is completely wide open.
Let's see what the Clockers do. They're set up for a pass, and it's the quick out the screen and a loss, or a gain of 1.
So that was Trevor DeProne.
Getting a chance in the backfield, but the Raiders covered it well. 3rd down.
Good tackle by Mendez on that one, number 32.
He's pretty tough on defense too, isn't he? From his linebacker position.
It's definitely 4-down territory here.
4th quarter action. The clock is trailing.
Here comes Jackson.
Trying to find a way to get a first down and find a way to get some points up on the board. Been shut out thus far tonight. He rolls left. Looking downfield. Doesn't see an opening. Now tries to dump it. I think the Raiders batted that one down.
They did.
They're prepared for that little dump pass now, where he just kind of pops it over the
Looked like he was taking a run on
defense.
that one.
Yep.
At the last minute, tried to toss it down. So we got 4th down and 4 here.
That play's been pretty good to us, but that time the Raiders found a way to break it up. Now it's 4th and 4. And the clock is stopped with 9:32 left to go in the game. It's Dover, Sherborn 10, Ashland nothing.
Well, they need to win this game for sure.
Clock is up to the line. Man in motion stops. Up the middle. Did he get it?
He did not.
Raiders, nobody celebrating. It's pretty close.
He did not make it.
The Raiders take over on downs. So that's the second time they've stuffed the Clockers tonight on a 4th down play. I think it was Jackson Horning on the keeper. Right up the middle, a called play. And he fell just short. A tough break with time running out in the game. And the Clockers with their deepest penetration. They need a turnover now or another tough defensive stand to keep the Raiders pinned back.
Well, there's 9:26 to go in the
deep
game.
in their own territory. Raiders go to the ground game. Oh boy, those are tough yards. Just to get back to the line of scrimmage, he had to take several big hits. Geez, I hope Matt Strong doesn't ever break one today, because he certainly has pent up a lot of energy.
Well, no gain on that one, so.
Yeah, Matt's had trouble all night getting
Yep,
free.
Number 24.
And that means he's due, and that's what worries me.
I think Ashland needs a little turnover right here.
Somebody's going to have to make a play. He rolls out. He's in trouble. Ferraris lets it go at the last second. Is it complete?
No, he was out of bounds.
You're right, Steven. That's the call. He did catch it, but he was out of bounds.
Good defense there.
High school, you only need to get 1 foot in, same as college.
So they had the guy long covered really well, and that's what I think threw him off.
It almost looked like he was content to go out of bounds with it, and the last second he let it go.
Well, if he went out of bounds, it would have been a loss. So it's 3rd and 10 now. And that stopped the clock with 8:32 to go, so that's positive for Ashland if they can stop him here on 3rd down. Ashland's going to jump around again on 3rd down.
He rolls. He's chased. He threw it as he was going
He
down.
tried to shuffle past that.
I think they're calling him down.
I think they are. You're right, Bob.
It's a loss. 4th down, deep in your own territory. Let's see if the Clockers try for the block. Who's deep?
Nathan Sickles is deep.
Sickles around midfield, waiting for the punt.
So it's 4th and 15.
Of course, by being down, the clock continued to run. The Clockers have plenty of time, but the clock is very soon to become a big factor in this game.
It's down to 7:50.
Snap, and the whistles blow, no play. Pretty good kick, but very returnable.
Oh, that would have been returnable by a lot.
Let's see what the call
Looks like
is.
it's offsides against Dover Sherborn.
They're going to start 5 yards further back.
So at least that's good. It stops the clock. Not that it wouldn't have anyway, but now it's 4th and 20.
Formation. Sickles moves up to the 45 of DS. Similar kick, a little shorter. Sickles has it. He's across the 40. Tries to go outside. He's across the 35, across the 30. They're on him there. He's still on his feet, still fighting for yards. He's down to the 25-yard line.
What a great run by Nathan Sickles there.
We got our boy down
No
at the 25.
No flags, but what a great run. You know, that one,
Yeah, it was an intelligent run.
very intelligent run. He stayed in bounds. He was on the sideline, and then it came through. But
And then fought for those extra yards.
he did. He got an extra 10 yards after first contact.
About 5 or 6 Raiders were over there.
He's a tough kid.
Let's
Very
see.
good lacrosse player, too, which I like, as you know.
Let's see, that's a Raider down on the field.
Yep.
Must have been in the blocking for the punting unit because he's only made it out to the 25-yard line. Never got downfield. Clockers with their best starting field position of the night. I think they got as far as like the Raider 20-yard line, no further than that all night
Yeah,
long.
they really haven't. They haven't been deep.
They've never been in what I call the red zone.
Well, now they are.
Almost.
No, they are.
25?
No, they're on the 17.
Oh, what am I? No.
Well, you know,
Let's see.
yeah, they're on the 17-yard line.
Okay.
They're in the red zone, Bob.
That is the red zone.
My young 51-year-old eyes picked up on that one.
Yeah. Wow, so that run back was even better than I
Oh,
thought.
it was a good run back.
He caught that ball around the 47, took it to the 17, a 30-yard return.
Yeah, it was.
And the last 10 were the toughest.
Yeah, but he did a good job.
Man. Clocker's first trip into that magical red zone tonight. First down at the 17-yard line when play resumes. 7:15 to go in the ball game.
Well, I think, there was 2 players hurt from DS. Number 54 is coming off the field.
Oh, he's on this sideline. We didn't even see him.
That's Nick Nokovic.
Novich, one of the
Novich.
co-captains too.
captains,
Yeah.
yeah.
Big Nick, very gingerly walking. Under his own power, though. That's a good sign. Boy, that's a rough play for the Raiders. Two players injured on one play.
I'm not sure who the other injured
I missed it
player
too, yeah.
was. Yeah, I think he's already off the field. Well, they only have 32 players on the DS side, so and 12 of them are seniors.
So they got to be a lot of guys going both ways.
Oh, yeah.
Almost everyone, yeah. Okay, now we're ready to play. Horning brings him out from his shotgun. Quick out, complete, breaks one tackle, almost. Got held up enough that the Raiders got the help they needed, but then he surged forward again.
He did. The Ashland guys came through and pushed him down, I think, to a first down.
Clock is
So it's gonna
fighting
be
for every yard.
First and goal from the 4 or 5 yard line here. From the 5. So Dom Cavanaugh with the catch on that one. It was hard to see from here, but
Clock is desperate to punch one in,
Timeout, over Sherborn.
and the Raiders want to regroup right here.
we got a timeout by DS here, which is a little interesting. Gives Ashland some time to figure out what they're going to do here.
Clock has looked to be just inside the 5 with a first and goal.
Clocker soccer teams will be playing against
Raiders taking a timeout to set up their goal line defense. This drive started at the Raiders 17 after the 30-yard run back by Nathan Sickles on the punt.
Well, that was a good play on first down there.
Yeah.
12-yard gain by Dom.
Yeah, good to see Dom involved and coming through again.
He broke some tackles.
And just when you think he's finished, he ends up with 2-3 more yards.
Yeah.
We've seen that from the Clockers several times.
Well, actually, it looked like first contact was almost right when he caught the ball, at the
Yeah, I saw that, yeah.
he broke free quickly.
Monday night, and that's here at home.
Here we go. First and goal. He's in. What a hole. Beautiful work by the offensive line, sealing off
Right up the middle by Brody there.
the Raider defense. Brody goes in untouched from the 5, and the Clockers are on the board. It's 10-6. The point after coming up. And it's an important point after in case the Clockers get into field goal range. Snap back, ball down, wild.
I think it went over.
It's no good.
They said it went under, but I think that went over.
The referees confer and decide it was.
From where I saw it, looked like it went over.
They're going to
I was standing
confer.
up.
They're going to
I think it was
confer
good.
again. It won't
Oh,
be
they're gonna
changed.
continue to call it not good. Wow, I thought that was over based on.
Terrible kick, but looked like it caught the corner, but they call it no good. So
It went right underneath or over the
tied to tell.
goalpost. It wasn't wide or anything like that, but it looked like it was over from where I could see.
10-6.
So I think Ashland here should be pinning them down.
Clockers need a touchdown.
There's no need for onside kick here. Dover Sherborn is set up for an onside kick here.
What do we got left, Steve? Let's see.
We got a lot of time.
3.
There's 6 minutes,
6:48.
Yeah, there's enough time to stop them.
Plenty of time for a lot of things to happen.
I like a hard squib kick.
Raiders prepared for the onside kick.
They are.
Clocker formation shows a deep kick, but let's see what they do. They may try something in between, Steve, that little pooch
Well, I don't like that.
over the line. They go deep and wild.
Down to the 20-yard line.
Out of bounds, or no, in the end zone. It's a touchback. So the Raiders start at the 20.
That was a good kick all the way through the end zone, not even a question. So they're going to get on the 20-yard line. They didn't take any time off the clock. That was a really good kick. I'm not sure who's kicking that. Is it? I think it was number 20. Was it number 20? Andre?
Yeah,
Augustinelli,
Augustinelli, yes. Yeah. And Clark has stopped the Raiders cold last time they started at the 20. Let's see what they can do this time. Clark defense rising to the occasion here in the fourth period. It's 10-6.
Little run
Oh,
by Timothy Polk.
Tim had a head of steam up, but only ended up with about 3 yards.
Yep.
It looked like it could have been a lot worse. Raiders need to get some first downs and flip the field position at least.
Yeah, they need to stuff them right here.
If the Clockers can stop them without getting a first down, they're going to get good field position again.
Clockers should still have a lot of timeouts left.
And the offense seems to be rejuvenated based on that last drive. They went 17 yards in just 2 plays after the 30-yard punt return by Nathan Sickles. Raiders are set. They jump.
Offsides. So that's going to be offsides on the Dover Sherborn team to get them back to 2nd and 10.
A little confusion on that play. The quarterback had a conference with one of his backs. Then he came up to the line of scrimmage, and the Raiders, one of the first few teams that the quarterback goes under center.
Yeah, most of them are on the pistol, the shotgun.
Yeah. So they lose the 5.
So we got 5. Still running the clock. I'm not sure why with the penalty.
Yeah, they restart. Yeah.
They restart on the
They
penalty?
rewind it, yeah. Big hole. First down and more. One of the best runs of the night. Who took that? So Matt Strong finally breaks free, just as I feared, and a good time for it for the Raiders. A 20-yard gain gives them a first down, and they're out to their own 41 now.
Didn't see that coming. That was a strong 21-yard run. All right, Ashland needs to tighten up here on defense.
Yeah. I don't know if they're worried about the pass when they shouldn't be or what, Steven. I see the Raiders running.
They stuffed them there. That might be a good time for a timeout. But
of course, if you stack the box, they may go to the passing game.
yeah,
Although they haven't had much of a
they're
passing
not good on
game.
the passing.
So I think we gotta play the run a little more.
Well, they got about 1 yard, 1.5 yards out of that.
So we got
4:25 to go in the game.
we got 4 on the line of scrimmage.
Little sweep.
Oh, he cut it in. He didn't
Good
get
tackle.
much.
Nice tackle. Cut him down pretty quick. I think that was Luke Gustafson on that one. Brody and Luke on the tackle there. Depende is coming off. He looks like he's a little banged up. Third down here. Big third down. So there's still 4. Someone took a timeout because it's 4:09 to go. Clock is stopped.
Coach McKay out talking to the referees, pointing and gesturing. Now turning back to the sideline.
Looks like it was an official's timeout.
Don Jones right in the middle of the Ashland defense. Trying to come up big on third down. Clock is with only 8 men in the box. A pile-driving run to midfield.
He's going to be short by about. Interesting to see what they do here.
Boy, it's a tough decision. They want a punt.
They're going to take a timeout. Dover Sherborn taking a timeout here.
No, I think it was these guys. Ashland took the time out.
Oh, I thought they signaled the other way, but.
And this guy was calling it right after the play, so it had to be. That's what I'm thinking.
Clockers are expecting a punt. They've got a man deep. I assume it's Sickles who sparked the Clockers to a touchdown
Yep.
with a great return last time he had the chance.
They're lining up for a punt here.
Watch the fake. Watch the fake. The Clockers have 10 men up at the line. Pretty hard. It wasn't a full-out block. Sickles waves everyone away. It's a short punt, and the Raiders cover it. Ashland's going to start at the 30.
Yep.
Their own. Let's see how much time they got, Steve. 3:53 left to go in the game.
So they definitely have enough time to go down. They have timeouts left.
Clockers need a touchdown, and they're 70 yards away, and they got 3:53 to do it. Ashland trying to pull one out of the fire here tonight at Cunis Field.
Oh, Jesus. That was me. The wind.
Screen.
We're having a hard time seeing through these screens now. We have a
hard time throwing things through them,
out,
too.
Yeah.
So we're just going to keep that right here.
I think that guy.
That's never happened before, has it, Bob?
yeah, no, his head is better off for it, though.
All right, now we're good.
Timeout is on the field.
So
Coach
we got.
McKay, they got a lot to talk over. They're going to have to use a multiple offense. They're going to have to mix the passes, the runs, the rollouts. I guess Sickles will be the main target, but
well, he's been the
a
one.
boy named Dom Kavanaugh, number 10, has been very,
Yep.
very clutch for Ashland this season.
I think you got to get Luke out of the backfield too. Luke,
Why not?
What? So yeah, no, I think I'd like to see Luke out of the backfield. Trevor hasn't done too much tonight.
Nope. He hasn't had, he's only, I think, one carry.
Well, this is a passing. Dom's in the backfield right now, so. Good run by Jackson just to get 3 or 4 yards there. Looks like he got 3 yards there. Oh, I guess it was a direct snap to Kavanaugh. So Jackson's back in. That was a Wildcat offense there.
The bomb. Tough play. Complete.
No, incomplete.
Did he lose it, or was he out of bounds? Jeez, it looked like he caught it. I'm going to say he was out of bounds, Steve.
Yeah, it looked like he might have been out of bounds on that one. So this is a crucial third down here. They went up the middle with it.
Kind of surprised everybody.
Yep. So now we're going to have 4th down and 3. Looks like Brody's hurt. Looks like they're going to go for it here.
Brody's been very reliable. That was the touchdown run that went for the nice untouched, so they tried it again.
Brody
Tried Brody again, and he just didn't get there.
I think Donnie Jones got hurt here.
Was that Jones carrying that one? Might have been Jones on that carry. Here we go, 4th down. Fake, roll. In trouble. Lets it go, complete. Across midfield and an Ashland first down.
It's a huge play. I think that was Luke Gustafson on the catch there.
A clutch play by Jackson Horning. Under pressure. Clockers right up to the line. Luke was
Yep,
the
that was
receiver.
Luke.
According to the public address. They go deep. Oh. Just over the outstretched arms.
Well, they took a shot at it.
Trevor DePerrin, the intended receiver. The speedy Trevor DePerrin.
We got 2:11 left in the game.
Clockers went
Second
for it
and
right
10 on
there.
the 47-yard line here.
Jason Christensen was down there, 235. He might have been the receiver. Clockers showed nothing but pass. There's a slot in the backfield. Over the middle. Complete. Intercepted. Complete. Was that stolen again?
Yes, it was stolen again.
Wow.
Intercepted
How do you teach that?
by number 16.
He had the ball, and he
Got stripped.
just ripped it out of his hands.
Who makes the big play? Jamie Worth, the junior. Man, oh man, twice tonight the Raiders have taken the ball away from the Clockers. Is that what we saw?
Yeah.
Did everyone see that as a strip?
Yeah, it was. It was a completion.
It
and a
was
strip.
complete. I had called it as complete. And he just took it away, and it did it so fast. There was no struggle. He just took it.
2 minutes and 3 seconds to go.
Raider ball. Clockers with some timeouts left, but the Raiders are going to try to get a first down. Clockers are going to try to strip it.
Hand up the middle of 32 there.
Mendez, he's been their most reliable player tonight. He gets
Ashland-
5 yards. The Clockers
Ashland's
use a
timeout.
timeout. But
Another player hurt for DS coming off the field, number 58.
it looks like about a 2nd and 7 coming up. 154,
Joe
Steven. As I take a look out the window. The Raiders 10, the Clockers 6. Bob Thacker and Steve Przinski bringing you tonight's game on September 22nd, 2017. Watch the Clockers, follow the Clockers in all the sports right here on WACA-TV.
Well, the clock is not in their favor right now.
Clockers trying to pull one out, but
So we got 154 to go here.
a steal. The Clockers' second lost fumble of the night, both on takeaways. I don't even
Never seen that.
know.
So that's 3 turnovers for the Clockers.
I mean, that goes as officially as a fumble. That's not an interception
no, it's not a.
because it was caught.
So we got 2nd down and 7 here. 1:54 to go in the 4th period. Ashland down 10-6. DS with the ball. Not sure how many timeouts we have left.
I'm guessing 2. 5 per team per half. Loose football. He's going to have to eat it. And he does way back at his own 45.
So that was a great play by Ashland.
So that kills the Raiders' chances of winning this game by getting a first down pretty much. They mark him at the 48. So.
That was way farther back. But so it's going to be 3rd down and about 16. Ashland called another timeout with 1:47. So hopefully they can stuff him here and get the ball back. A little turnover here wouldn't be bad. That was close to a turnover. That guy was fumbling around with that ball.
You know, we had a little rain shower at halftime, but it's been mostly dry during this game. We saw some early fumbles, primarily by the Raiders on their first possession. And we saw some passes that we thought might have slipped a little bit, but for the most part, the boys have held on to the football and played as if they were playing in dry conditions.
Absolutely. So we got Kevin Burns back there, number 19, as a free safety. We got Arms and I think that's Merlone back there.
What's his number two? Yeah. Nope. It's 22. Nope, it's 23.
So that's
Brody
Christian.
Asenko is playing defense.
Oh yeah.
Third and long. See if the Raiders go for it. They do, but they're going to try to unleash Cook around the end, and it doesn't work.
So it looks like Ashland's going to use
Matt Strong,
another
I should
timeout.
say.
So they've used 3 in a row. So we got 4th down here. You got to think they're going to punt.
Don't know if Ashland has any more left. The referees are going to their notebooks there to tally up the amount of timeouts used. That play took an amazing amount of time because there's only a minute 39 left now.
Well, so that took
What, 16, 15
8.
seconds?
No, it was 147.
Oh, 147.
So it was 8 seconds. Well, it was a sweet play.
And now,
So we got Nathan back.
see what happens. Let
See
him
if
loose.
we can't get a little rush on here.
This kick, you got to kick this out of bounds, right, Steven?
I would think
What's
so.
your what's your
but,
what's your
yeah,
call, Coach?
I would.
That's got to come right out of bounds
I
into
would
the
think so.
Ashland
You don't want to
sideline.
give him the opportunity.
No.
He's been kicking it low, and this is the quarterback that kicks it. So
Snap. Booms it.
it was offsides on.
I don't see the flag.
There was a flag, so it's going to be offsides on DS.
There was a hesitation on
Oh,
the
they
snap
might have
count.
picked it up, but the
don't
guy
see
moved the thing, so now they don't know where they started from. He was back a lot farther than that.
Now confusion reigns. The boys are coming upfield as
He's
if
getting
it's going to
closer.
be
He needs to go
replayed.
back another 2 yards.
It's going to be against Ashland. Maybe offsides.
Well, there should be no time off the clock on that one. So they should put time back on the clock. I thought
That is a penalty being assessed against the Raiders.
I always saw it on a dead ball that didn't start the
Illegal
clock until they
procedure.
catch it. So Ashland's getting, that was only a 2-yard penalty because the guy had run down the field the wrong way.
And we're going to have another kick. And they're not afraid of kicking it to Sickles.
It was offsides.
So we went back 5.
2.
Kick's going to come from the Raider 33, 35-yard line, depending on how he lets it go from the 36. It's right but short of him. Just a little tiny DS roll takes it to the clock at 25, and they'll start there 75 yards away. Might have been one.
Yeah, I
He
don't
could
know.
have charged. He could have attacked, but it was short of him, but was right at him. They let it roll, and we're down to 1:16. Don't know if the Clockers have any timeouts left. Very difficult to keep track of the timeouts. And we don't even try to tell the truth. Here we go. Horning on the sideline, complete.
Luke's going to get out of bounds for another first down here.
So they pick up a fast 10.
That's going to stop the clock with 1:09 to go.
Good start to the drive. Quick play and a quick first down for Ashland. They're out to their 37 now. Raiders in a deep prevent defense, opening up a few things over the middle. But they get some good linebackers. Can't forget that, Steve. Horning lets it go. Incomplete. Good idea and a good defensive play by Tim Polk.
Good pass to Jason Christensen there. He just didn't haul it in. Second down with 1:02 to go.
Polk timed that hit good.
He did.
Just as the ball got there, he let him have it.
Looks like Dom's in at quarterback. Jackson looks like he's a little banged up on that one. So Dom Cavanaugh, number 10, just came in at quarterback.
See if he can spark the clock as he did last week. Cavanaugh. Short pass to the sideline and out of bounds. Complete to Nathan Sickles. 56 seconds, the clock is stopped.
That was on a rope. He can throw the ball.
Ball's at the Ashland 45.
Big third down here.
Yeah, suddenly it's third, isn't it, huh? We had an incompletion on first. That one was complete for 8. Now it's 3rd and 2. Complete.
Trevor's going to get out of bounds again.
Dom Cavanaugh marching Ashland into Dover Sherborn territory. They're across midfield. They're going to start at the DS 46.
Nice catch by Trevor DePerone.
Clock is stopped. 49 seconds left in the game. The Raiders 10, the Clockers 6. Clockers driving. Straight back. Cavanaugh. Complete. Who's got it? Did he get out of bounds? He did.
Nathan Sickles with the catch on that one.
The clutch catch and throw. Cavanaugh to Sickles.
They're giving a lot of room on the DBs here.
They've taken it down to the 32-yard line of the Raiders. Clockers 32 yards away and 40 seconds left to play. Cavanaugh stepping in, a cool customer timeout. Raiders. Coach McKay tells his boys, get back out there. Stay on the field.
That's a 30-second timeout.
I think Jackson hurt his right arm a little bit.
Yeah. Gave a high five to Dom. Cavanaugh straight back. Looking long and deep. Intended for Sickles. Contact. No flag.
Pass incomplete.
Looks like Nathan tried to cause some contact there, but it did not convince the referee.
Intended for Nate Sickles.
Clock stopped now. 34 seconds. Second down play coming up.
I like these little 10 yards, get out of bounds, 10 yards, get out of bounds right now.
There's time, Steve. If you do that, there's time.
You know, these DBs are playing way off.
Cavanaugh again. In trouble. He's sacked. And the clock will run this time. Clockers have to hustle back to the line. It's third down. I don't know if they want to spike it or run a play. Clock is running, 18 seconds. They do spike it, and it's going to be fourth down with 15 seconds left in the game. So it's a fourth and about 18 with 15 seconds left. So this is a tough spot for Ashland. They got to have a long down and out to get out of bounds, or they can go to the end zone, but they can only go to the end zone once.
Number 4, Jack Merrill's coming in. It looks like Dom's going back out.
Because it's fourth down. They need 18 to get another play.
They're going to have a lot of safeties out here.
No timeouts. No timeouts. Any inbound tackle will probably end the game. And the Raiders want to talk it over.
30-second timeout. Raiders.
Holden Ferrari, the Raider quarterback, is the deep safety, comes in for the conference with Coach Steve Ryan. You know, also on the staff, they've got Tony Gonzalez, the great Framingham player and Boston College player, Bill LaCouture, the famous Natick High player. We have an all-star coaching staff on the Raiders. Of course, the Clarkers have the legendary Mark McKay on their staff as well. Here we go. Could be the last play. Kavanaugh looking long and deep for Sickles, overthrown, and the Raiders are going to take over on downs, and that should do it. Clarkers looking for a long completion or a flag. Didn't get either. And that sack was a big play that killed the last drive.
That was a big play, yep.
The Raiders, I didn't think they had that in them with the playing so many men back and so many men deep.
I know.
But some boy stepped up. I didn't get his number. And made the biggest offensive play of the night for the Raiders. And now it should just take a knee, and this one will be over and in the Raider win column. The Clarkers lose their first league game of the year.
Well, that's a tough loss.
Yeah. Great fourth quarter comeback, falls short. And the final score is the Dover Sherborn Raiders 10 and the Ashland Clockers 6. And another great night here at Bill Cunis Field. But another sad ending as the Clockers lose it in the fourth period. Gave it everything they had, just came up a little bit short. Great work by Dom Kavanaugh substituting for an injured Jackson Horning in the fourth period. Dom marched the Clockers from their own 25 to the Raider 32, but the drive stalled there. A big sack on third down, the big play for the Raider defense, and a couple of long passes to Sickles falling incomplete to end the Clockers' chances. It was a tough night offensively for Ashland all night long, Steve.
Yeah, no, it was not a great showing offensively. Coming off a 36-point game against Medfield and only putting up 6 points. It's hard to understand it. I mean, maybe the weather or what have you, but that was a tough one.
The Raiders played very, very tough tonight, and they're very happy to come out of Cunis Field with a win tonight. And congratulations to the Raiders and Tylen Mendez, their MVP. Although Holden Ferrari, their quarterback, settled down beautifully after the worst first series any team could ever have, where they went from like their own 30 to their own 2-yard line on succeeding plays. I thought Nathan Sickles had another nice game for Ashland. And we've spoken about Kavanaugh. And the Ashland defense played pretty tough most of the night. The Raiders did not get a lot of yards either. But very opportunistic on defense, taking away 2 balls. You don't see that.
No, you don't.
In the same game, and along with an interception as well.
Yep.
Clockers recovered a fumble or 2 themselves, but it wasn't enough tonight. And an excellent field goal by the Raiders. Drew Dummer was a big play to make it a 2-possession game, to make it 10-0. Clarkers came back 10-6, but needed a touchdown at the end there to pull this one out and steal it, and they just couldn't do it. And so the last but not least, we need the Steve Brzezinski player of the game for Ashland. And we saw some good plays tonight.
Yeah, that's a tough one, Bob. I mean, you're always the MVP, by the way.
Thank you. I know that.
But
I guess going with Sickles.
I would go with Sickles.
Yeah, on the run back too, on the punt.
The run back, he had some good catches.
Set up
got out of
touchdowns.
Bounds.
Yeah,
I would say Sickles.
He played a very, very good game.
Absolutely.
Nathan Sickles, the Steve Brzezinski player of the game. That's going to wrap it up for here. We want to thank all of our great sponsors, and we want to thank you for watching. For my partner Steve Brzezinski, I'm Bob Thacker. Tonight's game produced and directed by Todd Carter and his crew. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.